How good is the Mavic Air 2's obstacle avoidance system? What happens when you get it wet? Is it edible? A couple of weeks ago, my son and I visited my dad in the Victorian High Country, a place of rugged mountains, cool streams, and sambar deer. This region has been a favourite place for my dad and me since we began camping there more than 40 years ago. It's rugged, it's beautiful, and full of traps for the ill-prepared. The weather, and therefore the conditions, can change very rapidly here. There are dangerous animals here too. Not wolves or bears or mountain lions, but copperheads, king browns, and tiger snakes. And as I discovered, one animal that seems to like drones. Drone photography is a new thing for me, and it's proving very addictive. So I'd been itching to get up into the mountains again so I could see my old stomping grounds from a totally new perspective, and maybe bag a couple of photos too. After crashing my Mavic Air 2, I now had its blemish-free replacement tucked safely away in my camera bag, ready to dodge native gums and navigate local streams. After a few successful flights on the Saturday, meaning I didn't crash, I decided to up the ante the next morning and fly under my very first bridge, a rather nondescript concrete structure straddling the icy cold Goulburn River. Things were going well. Even a stranger who was fishing in the middle of the river waved me on as I glided overhead. My fears of ditching in the river seemed unfounded as I circled back and made my way back to the bridge. But then, incredibly, the guy that I'd flown over just a few minutes earlier noticed the crash, even though it must have been at least 200 metres away, and proceeded to wade through the river in search of my toy. A good 20 minutes had passed before we found him way down the river. Thrilled to have my drone back, I tried to convince him to accept a reward. I even used my son as leverage, but he refused to accept, saying that the fact that he had made my day was reward enough. There are still lots of good people around. It was another 6 hours before I was able to check the SD card, and although we tried to dry out the drone on the car's dashboard driving home, starting it up again only produced smoke and zappy electrical sounds. Clearly the thing was cooked. So after confirming that my footage had survived the chilly high country waters, it was time to see just what had happened. To my surprise, not only did it keep recording, but it captured something that I am certain no other drone in the history of drones has ever captured on film. So the lesson here is if you plan to fly your drone in areas where there are fish or lobster, make sure you attach a little bit of bait, because who knows, when you rescue your drone, you might also get yourself a free lunch. If you enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up and subscribe, and coming up soon, shooting sunsets when there isn't one, and wandering amongst giants. I'll see you next time. Bye.